You know, you might not think a deep dive into Domino's Pizza would be all that exciting.
Yeah.
But trust me, their story, it's full of twists and turns you wouldn't believe.
Okay.
And we're going to embark on an exploration of Domino's using excerpts from How Domino's Conquered the World, pizza by pizza.
Oh, interesting. Most of us know Domino's, of course, but I really doubt many know about their journey to, pizza dominance.
Exactly. It's a story of resilience, bold decisions,
Okay.
and even a few marketing mishaps along the way.
Yeah.
Ready to dig in?
Absolutely.
All right, so picture this. 1960.
Okay.
Ypsilanti, Michigan. Tom Monahan,
Uh-huh.
fresh out of the Marines, and with a dream of opening his own business,
Right.
scrapes together, a $900 loan
Wow.
to buy a small pizza place with his brother.
Oh, okay.
They called it Dominick's.
Dominick's. So not even Domino's at first.
Nope, not yet. And you won't believe this. Less than a year later, Tom traded his Volkswagen Beetle for full ownership of the business.
Really?
Imagine trading away what would become a multi-billion-dollar company for a used car.
Wow. Talk about a missed opportunity for his brother, but I suppose no one could have predicted, Domino's future success at that point.
Right. It's a classic what could have been story.
Yeah.
So Tom, he renames the place Domino's in 1965. As things start to take off. He begins franchising, but perhaps a little too enthusiastically.
Okay.
In just 1 year, he opens 32 new restaurants.
Whoa, 32.
Mostly franchised and far from college campuses, which were their initial target market.
32 new restaurants in a year. That seems like a recipe for trouble.
Yeah.
Spreading yourself that thin, especially with franchise locations, makes it incredibly difficult to maintain quality control and provide adequate support to your franchisees.
Right.
Not to mention the risk of oversaturating the market.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It's a classic case of growing too fast too soon.
Yeah.
Customers were scarce in these new locations. Debt piled up.
Right.
Lawsuits from unhappy franchisees started rolling in.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't long before the bank took over.
Uh-oh.
Domino's was practically worthless.
It's amazing that Tom Monahan didn't just throw in the towel at that point.
He was incredibly resilient.
Yeah.
Instead of giving up, he managed to regain ownership.
Good for him.
And decided to double down on what would become Domino's signature move, delivery.
Okay.
They recognized early on that people craved convenience.
Right.
They wanted their pizza hot and fresh, delivered right to their doorstep.
It's funny to think about it now, but back then, pizza delivery, it wasn't the ubiquitous service it is today. They were truly pioneers in that sense.
Yeah.
But what really cemented their image as the delivery pizza company was their infamous 30-minute guarantee.
Oh, absolutely. The 30 minutes order, it's free promise was a genius marketing tactic. I mean, it created a sense of urgency and reliability that no other pizza chain was offering at the time.
Yeah.
But as we know, it also came with some serious consequences.
Yes, that guarantee ultimately led to some very real problems. But before we get into that, we have to talk about another iconic,
all right,
albeit slightly annoying piece of Domino's history, the Noid.
Avoid the Noid. Who could forget that red, rabbit-eared menace?
Yeah.
He was everywhere in the late 80s. Commercials, video games, even action figures. I have to admit, he was incredibly effective, even if he did make my skin crawl a little.
He was a marketing marvel. That kind of pervasive, in-your-face advertising might be considered a bit much today,
Right.
But back then, it was incredibly effective.
Yeah.
The Noid, as strange as it sounds, he helped make Domino's a household name.
He really did, and by the late 1980s, Domino's, thanks to its delivery dominance and clever marketing, was essentially ruling the pizza world.
Yeah.
But as they say, all good things must come to an end.
And Domino's fall from grace was in part due to their own success. They had popularized delivery, but that also opened the door for competitors to enter the game.
Right.
By the early 90s, Pizza Hut, realizing they were missing out, launched their own aggressive delivery campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Suddenly, Domino's wasn't the only option for, hot pizza delivered to your door.
Right.
Competition was heating up.
That's right. And to make matters worse, their 30-minute guarantee started to backfire in a big way.
Oh, no.
We'll get into that after a quick word from our sponsors. Welcome back, everyone. We left off with Domino's facing some serious challenges.
Yeah.
Their 30-minute guarantee, once a brilliant marketing tactic, was now becoming a liability.
That's right. You see, that promise of speed put immense pressure on Domino's delivery drivers.
Right.
There were reports of reckless driving, accidents, and even fatalities.
Oh, wow.
It became a public relations nightmare for the company.
Yeah.
And tragically, it culminated in a lawsuit.
Really?
Where Domino's had to pay a staggering $78 million
$78 million. That's a steep price to pay for fast pizza.
It certainly highlights the importance of balancing marketing
Right.
with safety and ethical considerations.
Yeah.
In the end, Domino's had no choice but to discontinue the 30-minute guarantee.
And then there was that whole bizarre saga with the Noid mascot and the hostage situation.
Ah, yes, the Kenneth Lamar Noid
Yeah.
incident. It's a sad and disturbing story.
Yeah.
A mentally unstable man became convinced that the Noid character was based on him
Really?
and held 2 Domino's employees hostage at gunpoint.
Oh, my goodness.
Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the incident forced Domino's to retire the Noid mascot.
Yeah.
It was a stark reminder that even seemingly harmless marketing campaigns can have unintended and tragic consequences.
It's a chilling thought. So with increased competition, the fallout from the 30-minute guarantee,
Yeah.
and the Noid incident, Domino's was facing an uphill battle.
Yeah.
And to top it off, Tom Monahan decided to step back from the business.
That's right, Monahan, feeling burnt out and seeking new ventures, tried to sell Domino's.
Okay.
But with the company's reputation tarnished and sales declining, it was a tough sell.
Yeah, I bet.
No one seemed interested in buying a struggling pizza chain.
So what did they do? Did they just accept defeat and fade into obscurity?
Not quite. They made some attempts to stay afloat.
Okay.
They expanded to menu, adding breadsticks and chicken wings, trying to appeal to a wider range of tastes.
Oh, right.
They launched new advertising campaigns like get the door, it's Domino's.
Oh, yeah.
Still emphasizing their delivery prowess.
Right.
But the problem wasn't just the menu or the marketing.
It was the pizza itself, right?
Yeah.
The cardboard crust era, as some called it.
Exactly. By the mid-2000s, Domino's was known more for its speed than its quality.
Right.
The focus on fast delivery had overshadowed the need for good-tasting food.
Yeah.
People were criticizing their crust,
Yeah.
saying it tasted like cardboard. It was a harsh but sadly accurate assessment.
And this was all happening against the backdrop of the 2008 recession.
Yeah,
People were tightening their budgets.
right.
And if they were going to spend money on pizza, they wanted it to be delicious.
Absolutely, Domino's was faced a perfect storm.
Yeah.
Increased competition, a damaged reputation, a subpar product, and a struggling economy.
Oh, man.
Things were looking bleak. And then, to make matters even worse, a video went viral
Oh.
showing 2 Domino's employees tampering with food
Oh, no.
in a disgusting way.
Oh, yeah. That was a PR disaster of epic proportion.
It was.
Even though the employees claimed it was a prank and the tainted food was never served, the damage was done.
Yeah.
It reinforced the perception that Domino's didn't prioritize quality or hygiene.
It's a classic example of how quickly a company's reputation can be tarnished in the age of social media. And for Domino's, a company already struggling with its image,
Right.
it was a devastating blow.
So here they were on the brink of collapse. What could they possibly do to turn things around?
Well, they did something that most companies wouldn't even consider.
Okay.
They took a long, hard look in the mirror, acknowledged their shortcomings, and decided to completely reinvent themselves.
Reinvent themselves. How do you reinvent a pizza company?
Get ready for part 3 of our exploration into Domino's.
Okay.
I promise you their comeback story is one for the ages.
Right. You've really built the suspense. How do you reinvent a pizza company, especially one with a reputation for cardboard crust?
Well, you start by admitting your mistakes. Domino's, they launched a remarkably self-aware ad campaign.
Okay.
They actually owned up to their pizza not being very good.
Wow.
I mean, how often do you see a company publicly acknowledge its flaws like that?
It was a risky move, but it paid off.
Yeah.
They came across as humble and genuine, which resonated with people.
Right.
They were essentially saying, we've heard you and we're changing.
Exactly, but they didn't just talk the talk, they walked the walk.
Right.
They completely overhauled their recipe.
Really.
New crust, new sauce, new cheese. They spared no expense in creating a pizza that actually tasted good.
It was a bold move, scrapping a recipe they'd used for decades.
It was.
But think about it. They were already known for bad pizza. What did they have to lose?
And they didn't stop there. They embraced technology in a way that was pretty revolutionary for the time.
Right. Remember, this is around when smartphones were becoming ubiquitous.
Exactly.
They were one of the first to really embrace online ordering and mobile apps, making it easier than ever for customers to get their pizza fix.
Yeah.
And then there was that brilliant innovation, the pizza tracker.
The pizza tracker was genius. You could actually follow your pizza's journey from the moment it went in the oven to the second it arrived at your door.
Right.
It turned the waiting process, which is usually the least exciting part of ordering food, into an interactive experience.
I remember being fascinated by that as a kid. It felt like a magic, watching that little pizza icon move across the screen.
It was brilliant marketing, really.
Yeah.
They tapped into that anticipation and excitement, making people feel more connected to their order.
And they revamped their stores too, right?
Oh, absolutely. They introduced the pizza theater concept with open kitchens so customers could see their pizzas being made fresh.
Right.
It was all about transparency, showing people that they were using quality ingredients and taking pride in their craft.
It was a complete 180 from the Domino's of old.
Yeah.
They went from being the butt of cardboard crust jokes to showcasing their commitment to freshness and quality.
Right.
Even their logo got a makeover, ditching the outdated design for a sleek, modern look.
It was a symbolic gesture, really. They were signaling to the world that this wasn't the same old Domino's. This was Domino's 2.0.
Yeah.
And the results were undeniable.
Their domestic sales soared.
Yeah.
Same-store sales, which had been plummeting, rebounded dramatically.
Mhm.
They were winning back customers and gaining new ones.
Right.
Proving that even a company with a tarnished reputation can turn things around with the right approach.
It's a classic comeback story. They went from the brink of collapse to becoming the world's largest pizza chain, surpassing even their biggest rival, Pizza Hut.
It's amazing to think how far they've come.
It really is.
From a single pizza place in Ypsilanti, Michigan, to a global pizza empire.
Yeah.
What do you think are the biggest takeaways from Domino's journey?
I think it's a testament to the power of listening to your customers, admitting your mistakes, and being willing to adapt, even if it means making radical changes.
It's also a great example of how technology can be used to enhance the customer experience and drive business growth.
Yeah.
Think about it. The pizza tracker, it wasn't just a gimmick. It was a way to engage customers and make them feel more invested in the process.
Exactly. Domino's recognized that the pizza business wasn't just about making good pizza.
Right.
It was about creating a positive and memorable experience for the customer.
Their story is a reminder that in the world of business, nothing stays the same forever. You have to be willing to evolve, to innovate, and to take calculated risks.
And sometimes you have to be willing to completely reinvent yourself. Who knows what the future holds for Domino's? They've certainly faced their fair share of challenges.
But if their history is any indication, they'll find a way to adapt and innovate, just like they've always done. This has been a fascinating exploration of Domino's.
It has.
Many thanks to How Domino's Conquered the World, Pizza by Pizza, for the insights that made this possible.
Until next time, stay curious and remember, even a simple pizza can have a surprisingly complex story behind it.
As always, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and comment below.
Yeah, leave us your thoughts.
Let us know what you think.
And don't forget to check out the links in the description. You might find some useful stuff there. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.